Got a question from one of my students here. She asks, how old are you? Currently, I am 23 years old, turning 24 August 9th. And since you know me through martial art training, I'll give you a little background on that. I started when I was around 15, 16 years old with wrestling and boxing. And that was in high school, my sophomore year of high school. I plan on doing my first MMA fight when I'm 25 years old. So we got about almost a full year until I start that journey. The reason for that, my reason at least, is because I was always worried about my head getting fucked up at a younger age. I think the problem with a lot of men when they start learning martial arts is like, yeah, I'm really tough and I can go, fuck someone up. Well, your opponent knows like the same skills you do. You know what I mean? You're not fooling anyone. You don't have like any godlike powers when you're when you're going into that cage, even though it might feel like you do when you're training sometimes. It's not the same as competing. And I built my game from the ground up, meaning wrestling. I started with wrestling, boxing a little bit here and there, but primarily wrestling through high school. And then when I started back up again in college, I started with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I competed in wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournaments, getting a real feel for competition. So when it comes to striking, I didn't want to do that until I was fully prepared, which I think I will be in one more year. So, second question you have, how long have you done this? Meaning martial art training. So again, I started when I was around 15, 16 years old. So that's 23. It's about 8 years of combatives training. So I would take off a year because I didn't train my freshman year of college. I was just weightlifting at that time. So around 7 years total. And again, I started with wrestling, boxing, and worked my way into mixed martial arts with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, Taekwondo. And the real reason that I got into martial arts that a lot of people don't know actually is because at the time I was a young teenager, I was very fearful for a particular amount of time when I was going through my teenage years, still living in Sacramento because of a family situation, and I felt that it was in my best interest to know everything that I could regarding hand-to-hand combat, whether it be wrestling, boxing, because I wanted to protect my family. I wanted to protect myself. I'm not going into any specifics here, but I was afraid for my life, and I felt that it was crucial that I had some tools up here in case they needed to be applied. That is it. Until next time.